Hello, YouTube. I'm Clown Joshua Guy 98. Okay, can you please stop watching Alvin and the Chipmunks, the road trip, cause David Cross refused to star in it. And he said he was contracted for 3 Alvin films, not 4. Okay. I'm glad that David Cross was starred in 3 films. I'm glad David Cross starred as Ian Hawke in the first, second, and third Alvin and the Chipmunks film. I'm happy about that. But the only thing I'm not happy about is that David Cross refused and declined to return for the 4th Alvin and the Chipmunks film called the Alvin and the Chipmunks, the Road Trip. Originally, Ian Hawke was going to help Dave propose to Samantha, and that David Cross can play Ian Hawke in the 4th film. But that idea, however, was declined as David Cross was contracted for 3 Alvin and the Chipmunks films. So David Cross did not return as Ian Hawke in the 4th movie because his contract had stipulated he starred in 3 Chipmunks films, okay? Yeah. And I suggest you people quit watching Alvin and the Chipmunks, the Road Trip. The 4th movie is literally, without question, unpleasant and terrible, okay? And keep in mind about something else, too. Keep in mind that Alvin and the Chipmunks Chipwrecked was not like Toy Story 2 film and Sesame Street Follow That Bird film, where them characters did not disobey anybody and where them characters did not get grounded by someone in. And I thought Dave Seville would be like Sesame Street characters that would not punish and ground anybody. And I thought Dave Seville would be like Toy Story characters that would never punish and ground anyone. But the plan backfired. And keep in mind, Dave and Samantha are arrested by the police now. So right now, Dave and Samantha are sentenced away. While on trial, Ian Hawke appealed to the judge, and while on trial, Phil Mitchell and Goofy appealed to the judge that Dave and Samantha should get a life sentence in prison with parole for grounding and punishing Alvin, Simon, Theodore, and Miles. So the home staff alerted authorities, so Alvin, Simon, and Theodore, and Miles are taken to a foster care, living with Ian Hawke and Phil Mitchell fan 2001 and Goofy. And Alvin, Simon, and Theodore, and Miles are taken to a foster care, living with Homer Simpson and the Simpsons family, okay? But luckily, I want to let you people know that Alvin and the Chipmunks, the Road Trip, is a bad movie. It's terrible because David Cross refused to star in the 4th movie. So, but keep in mind that Alvin and the Chipmunks, the Squeakquel was not the last movie that David Cross starred in. As David Cross said, he was contracted for 3 films of Alvin, okay? And David Cross only hated his experience in Chipwrecked because he was forced to dress up like a pelican, okay? And no, David Cross did not really hate starring in Chipwrecked, okay? See, he only hated starring in the 3rd movie because he was forced to wear a pelican costume, okay? The only real reason why David Cross refused to return for the 4th Alvin and the Chipmunks movie, because he put it out of contract on the 3rd movie, Alvin and the Chipmunks Chipwrecked, he starred in. David Cross stated that the 3rd movie was the last movie for him to star in, okay? But keep in mind, David Cross did not say the Squeakquel was the last movie for him to star in. David Cross said that starring in Chipwrecked was the last movie in it. So that seemed that David Cross's treatment during Alvin and the Chipmunks 3 was the last straw for him, okay? But thank God Dave Seville did not punish and ground the Chipmunks in the third Alvin and the Chipmunks film. Thank God for that. But we wanted Alvin and the Chipmunks Chipwreck to be like Toy Story 2 film and be like Follow That Bird movie, where them characters did not get punished and grounded and where they did not disobey anybody in, okay? I thought Dave Seville would be like Toy Story characters, and I thought Dave Seville would be like Gordon, Susan, and other Sesame Street characters where they don't punish and ground anybody, okay? And no, David Cross did not say Alvin and the Chipmunks the Squeakquel was the last straw for David Cross to star in. He did not say that at all. David Cross said that starring in Alvin and the Chipmunks Chipwreck was the last straw for him, okay? So, fortunately, David Cross said that he was only contracted to star in Chipwrecked, okay? So David Cross stated that he was contractually obligated to be in 3 movies instead of 4. But I want you people to stop watching Alvin and the Chipmunks, The Road Chip. We can't. I repeat, we cannot watch the 4th movie. It's terrible because Dave and Samantha punished and grounded Alvin, Simon, Theodore, and Miles because Alvin, Simon, Theodore, and Miles snuck out of the house to follow Dave and Samantha. And you know what? You know what I say? Don't. And I repeat, don't watch the 4th movie. It's bad. Okay? And sorry can cut it when we want it. God says you have to accept people's apologies, okay? Because punishing and grounding somebody should be against the law. Because nobody likes being punished and grounded. If I see their parents punishing and grounding somebody and put someone in timeout, if I see their parents doing that, I'm going straight to the cops. And then I'll have the cops to arrest their parents for it. Okay? And if any parent wants to see their children and whatsoever, then their parents shall be put on parole, okay? And follow my rules on YouTube. And if anyone's going to stay out of trouble, they're going to follow my rules. And they're going to follow the police's rules too. And they're going to earn money. Okay? Yeah, I just want you people to know that Alvin and the Chipmunks, The Road Chip, is literally, without question, unpleasant and terrible. Okay? Yeah. And I just want you people to know that too. So anyways, I'm out. I have a message for you people. One last time, will you please stop watching Alvin and the Chipmunks, The Road Chip? It's bad because David Cross refused to return in the 4th movie, okay? And there's a couple things I want to say before I go. No, David Cross did not say the Squeakquel was the last straw for him to star in, okay? David Cross said that starring in Chipwrecked was the final straw for him to star in. So that means Alvin and the Chipmunks 3 was the last straw for David Cross to star in. So that means it seemed that David Cross's treatment during Alvin and the Chipmunks 3 was the last straw. Okay? I just want you people to know that. And the very last thing I want to say to you people, get a life. Quit watching Alvin and the Chipmunks, The Road Chip. It's a piece of garbage. It's literally, without question, terrible and unpleasant. It's a terrible movie because David Cross refused to be in the 4th one. Okay? So quit watching the 4th movie. Okay?